For years, we've all been told that 10,000 steps a day is the magic number for health. It's on your smartwatch, it's in every fitness app. It's practically gospel. But what if that number was never actually based on science? Here's the truth. Research on older adults shows the traditional 10,000 step target isn't a strict requirement for health benefits at all. In fact, in one major study following over 16,000 older American women for 4 years, the biggest gains in survival showed up long before 10,000 steps, with benefits actually plateauing around 7,500. So if the number you've been chasing your whole life isn't the real target, what is? And more importantly, if walking alone isn't the full picture, what else are you missing? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what the research actually says and how just 5 minutes a day can matter more than the number on your step counter.
Here's why this isn't just trivia. Right now, 1 in 4 older Americans has serious difficulty walking or climbing stairs. And once that kind of mobility disability sets in, the consequences are severe. You become almost 9 times more likely to die early. Your annual healthcare costs jump by $10,000. Your odds of ending up in a nursing home increase by as much as 36 times. This is about more than fitness. It's about staying independent, being able to get off the floor on your own, carry your own groceries, hike a trail without help. That's what's really at stake.
Here's the part almost nobody tells you. Walking alone isn't enough. Health guidelines recommend at least 150 minutes of aerobic activity a week, but also twice-weekly resistance training. And that second part is where almost everyone falls short. Less than 20% of adults over 65 actually meet the strength training guideline, even when free programs like Silver Sneakers are available at no cost. Participation stays under 30%. Why? Because a 45 to 60-minute gym session feels impossible when you're dealing with joint pain, fatigue, or no way to get there. So walking builds your cardiovascular engine, but it doesn't fully protect the other system that determines whether you'll be independent at 90, your muscles. And there's another hidden danger almost nobody talks about: sitting itself. We'll get to the research on exactly why that matters in a moment, because it might change how you think about your entire day, not just your workout. So what's really going on inside the body? The biology behind this decline has a name: sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle. It specifically attacks fast-twitch muscle fibers, the ones responsible for quick balance corrections and standing up powerfully from a chair. Add in weakening glutes, which destabilize your hips and knees, and declining eccentric strength, your ability to control movement going downhill or downstairs, and you get the exact combination that leads to falls. This is the real reason walking alone isn't enough. Walking barely touches these fast-twitch fibers. You need something else. And that brings us to the 3 things that matter most for anyone over 50. Targeted strength, balance training, and metabolic activation. Here's how each one works, starting with the one clinical trial that proved you don't need a gym to get it. This is where a Penn State study called the FAST-2 trial changed the conversation. Researchers gave inactive older adults with walking difficulties a home workout. Just 4 exercises, 30 seconds each, once a day. Wall push-ups, chair stands, resistance band rows, stair stepping. 4 minutes total. The results were striking. Participants improved their sit-to-stand speed by over 2 seconds. Their single-leg balance time increased by more than 3.5 seconds. That covers strength. Now, here's the second piece: metabolic activation. For people who can't stand comfortably, there's an even gentler option: the seated soleus push-up, developed at the University of Houston. You simply raise your heels while seated, targeting the soleus, a small calf muscle that runs almost entirely on fat and blood sugar. The payoff is remarkable. A 52% improvement in post-meal blood sugar clearance, a 60% drop in insulin demand, and doubled fat metabolism, all from a seated movement.
So let's go back to where we started. The 10,000 step number was never the real target, and chasing it may have been distracting you from what actually matters. The real formula is simpler and far more achievable. 5 focused minutes of strength work, a few minutes of metabolic activation, and breaking up your sitting throughout the day. That's it. That's the difference between losing your independence and walking strong at 100. Not more effort, the right effort. Start tomorrow morning, and in 5 minutes, you'll already be ahead of almost everyone who's still chasing the wrong number.